All right, hello, welcome to another session of Fit Essentials. I'm Shauna and I'll be taking you through today. Here's our disclaimer, and then we're going to start up on our feet or in your chair, whatever you prefer. Our disclaimer is you're about to engage in some physical activity. Proceed with caution. Do not attempt to perform any movements or activity that exceed your current physical capabilities. Participants with injuries, high blood pressure, chronic health conditions, recent chest pain, or any other condition that may limit their ability to participate in this activity should consult their physician or healthcare provider before proceeding. All right, everybody. We're going to get ourselves grounded with some breathing, and then we're going to move into some movement. That's what we're here to do, move our bodies. Oop. I miss our outdoor setup here. It's cooling down, so we moved it inside. All right, feet just underneath the hips. Bring those palms in front of the chest. Make sure your shoulders are stacked over the hips as well. We're going to breathe in, stretch up to overhead best you can. Fill in the lungs with air. Very good. And then exhale. Gently let the arms come down to the side. We're going to do 2 more cycles of that. So breathe and stretch. Exhale, relax. And this is where you want to just clear our mind. Let everything in the world go. Just practice being here with your body. Taking care of your body, strengthening your body, and hopefully just getting some good hormones going, feeling good after class. All right, we're gonna go ahead and shift our body to the side. So set your right leg forward, your left leg back, and you're gonna take your left arm. As you kind of shift the hip forward, we're gonna reach in front of our body, reach up to overhead, turning the palm away from us, and then cycle it all the way back behind. Just go between 3 and 5 here. As you reach in front, just gently engage the glutes, shift your hip forward, and then rock back as you reach back. Very good. Opening through the chest, lengthening through the torso. Very good. Couple more. Reaching. Can you kind of follow it with your gaze? Back behind and forward. Fantastic. Last one this side. Stretch, reach, all the way back. Wonderful. And let's go ahead and pivot around. Same thing, other side. So now you've got your right arm, your left leg is forward. Again, reaching in front of the body, cycling it up and forward. Engage that glute on the hip, opening it up. Wonderful. Stretch long, stretch tall. Upwards of 5 here. Just being patient, opening through the chest, opening through the shoulders, hips. Wonderful. Couple more. If you just joined us, this is our second side, so make sure you hit both sides here. Very good. And then walk your feet in. Make sure you kind of engage your midsection. Palms on the chest, or sorry, that's on my chest. Palms on the thighs, chin towards your chest, and then just nice and slow, you're gonna start to reach down towards the floor, rounding forward. Again, my knees are a little bit bent, and just find where you're confident in your bottom position. If you can hang out there for a second, breathe. Try to focus your breath into the back of the rib cage. As you exhale, see if you can reach just a tiny bit farther. And then when you're ready to come back up, tuck your hips under, gradually make your way up to the top. Beautiful. Roll your shoulder blades back. Walk your feet back out just a little bit wider, so about hip width apart. Get a nice little bounce there in your legs. Let your arms be heavy. And now we're going to move into our little gates of heaven here. So opening the hips, let the arms swing. A little bit of a twist. Nice. Arms just meant to just kind of slap against that body. Good. Another 15 seconds here. From here, walk the feet in, stack those shoulders right over the hips, lift up through the core. We're going to do our paused march. Lift one side, lift the opposite arm. Again, pulling up, keeping your hips as level as you can. Lift the foot and the knee as high as you're confident. And woo, so balance check there. And on that support leg, you can kind of think about gripping your toes down. So if you're in bare feet or if you have your shoes on, just think about gently gripping the toes into the bottom of the floor or your shoes. That's going to help activate the arch of the foot. Let's get one more each side. Very good. We're going to go seal jacks next. So open through the chest, step in and close. Open, step out, step in and close. Good. Shoulder blades back and down, opening and close. So the seals do right. Very nice. If anybody wants to add some jumping, you're welcome to do like a regular jumping jack like this. Otherwise, just hang out here with us. Couple more. Good job. Step the feet about hip width apart, hands on the hips, slight bend in those knees, and then we're going to gradually circle those hips around, sending the hips back and around and forward. Nice. See if you kind of have a little catch anywhere. Just being patient. I know my right side tends to get a little bit stiff as I go towards the front. Just something to notice. And when you're ready, pivot around the other way, shifting the hips. As you push your hips forward, fire those glutes. So squeeze your backside, reaching back, rocking forward. Awesome. All right, we're gonna go one more cycle there, back into our gates of heaven. So arms heavy, hips swing, rolling through. Find that breathing. So exhale. Your body's always, I mean, it's always going to breathe on its own, but you can kind of emphasize that exhale. Nice deep breaths in. Good job. Let's get a couple more each side. All right, either our seal jacks, like we did the first time, or if you're good to go up overhead, we'll go regular step jacks up to overhead. There we go. Nice. Go ahead and smile, having some fun as you reach overhead. Good job. And our march, if you want to add a little bit of a hop to it, you can kind of turn it into a little bit of a skip, or just stick with your march. Hips level, knees high. Good. Moving well. And relax. Good job. Instead of rocking or rotating, circling the hips this time, we're going to rock them side to side. There you go. And front to back, push forward. No overarching the back. So when I push my hips forward, really fire those glutes and try to lengthen up out of the spine. Bow forward and back. Bow forward just a little bit and back. Beautiful. All right, let's go side stretch next. Hand on the hip. You can either reach across in front of the body or up to overhead. That's the way in. Good. Reach and bringing it down and reach again. Beautiful. Down and lengthen that side body. Sometimes we get back pain and it's not always the back side of the body. Sometimes it's our side body, our side tissues here, all the fascia that ties into our back. And when that gets stiff, it can impact the stiffness of the low back. So you want to also stretch out that side. Excellent. Let's switch sides. Same thing other way. Hand on the hip for support. Reach and stretch and bringing it down. Again, if it doesn't feel good to go overhead, reach across the body. Down and across. Nice. Down and across. Nice lengthening. Couple more. Down and over. Very good. All right. Go ahead and walk those feet back in so the toes are pointing straight ahead. Slight bend in those knees. We're going to go ahead and cross the arms over the chest. And now we're going to lengthen through the spine, send the hips back, bowing forward. So long spine, bow forward, and then engage your glutes as you stand. Hinging over. We call these good mornings. So you hinge over, say hello to the back of the body, stand tall. That's where you can say good morning or good afternoon, depending upon where you are. Very nice. Up, down, and up. Beautiful. If you want to make your way towards a chair or a wall for a little bit of balance, we're going to be doing our knee towards the same side elbow. So you can kind of balance on something. You want to pull up out of the hip. We're going to go same side. So you're going to reach up, bring that knee up. See if you can touch the elbow towards the knee. If you can touch, fantastic. If not, just do the best you can. And we don't want to let that hip kick out. So stretch long, pull it in. Very nice. Reach and in. Good. Reach in. Fantastic. And it's normal. I can feel my support leg, that glute's kind of firing because it's stabilizing to hold us up. One more. Lengthen and up and in. Awesome job. Same thing, other side. Lifting up through the core. Make sure the shoulders are stacked over the hips. Reach up. Elbow to the knee. Stretch long. Good. Wonderful. In. Fire that glute as you kind of reach the foot back down. And remember to continue to pull up through the core. Excellent. Let's get about 2 more here. In and pause. Up and reach. 1 more. In and pause. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and take a seat. We're going to do our mid-back rotations. So go ahead and come to the edge of your chair. We're going to take one hand behind the head, elbow towards the opposite thigh, and then you're going to sit tall, and you can use the hand on the as you look over that opposite shoulder, elbow to the thigh, sit tall and rotate. Follow that arm or that elbow with your gaze as well. So as you sit tall and rotate, turn your head. See how far you can look over the shoulder. Down and in. Sit tall and rotate. I lost count. Let's get about 1 more here. We're going to be doing a couple cycles of this. Awesome. And then same thing, other side. Hand behind the head. Elbow towards the opposite thigh. If you can touch it, great. If not, just come as close as you can. Encouraging that rotation, keeping the shoulders happy, neck happy. I like to inhale as I close, and then as you rotate, blow all the air out. The less air you have in your lungs, the more you're going to be able to rotate. Let's get 1 more here. Breathing out and relax. Fantastic. While we're here, let's open up our hips a little bit more as well. So step your feet out nice and wide. Again, make sure you're on the edge of your chair, and then we're just going to like windshield wiper our legs side to side, just gently opening through the hips. Yeah. Back and forth. And I kind of have my toes lifted up here. I know you can't see my feet, but they're just on the heels. Gives me a little bit more of a pivot. Saying hello to the hip. All right, crew, let's go ahead and grab a little sip of water, and then we're going to be back up to standing. We're going to do another cycle of our good mornings. If you want to hold a weight against your chest and add a little bit of weight to this, you can, or just continue to go unweighted. Okay. So if you're holding the weight, you'll just hold it right against your chest, or Frankenstein arms, or you can go hand behind the head. Again, feet are just underneath the hips, toes pointing straight ahead, slight bend in those knees, and then long spine as you shift the hips back. Push through your feet, engage those glutes and stand. Long spine, bowing forward, taking your time as you hinge forward. Find a spot straight ahead to focus on as you come upright. Bowing forward, driving tall. Very good. Bow forward and up. Awesome job. Couple more. Over and up. Last one. Over and up. Beautiful. Making our way towards that same side knee to elbow. So if you have a weight in your hand, go ahead and set it down. Lifting up through the core. Balance as needed. Pick a side to start on. Reach up. And then lifting through that midsection, you pull that knee towards the same side elbow. Strengthen, lengthen. In and pause. Reach. And pause. Good job. Feeling that core fire down. Good. Breathe in as you reach. Exhale as you close. Couple more. Continue to support through the hip and relax. Same thing other side. Place your balance, and whenever you're ready, stretch long, in, and lengthen. Up and down. Good work. Up and down. Very good. Staying focused. Keep pulling up, staying strong in the middle. Last one. That's the way. Awesome. If the hips are a little bit stiff, all that stabilizing work. Rock them out again. There you go. Whew. And make your way back to your chair for our thoracic rotations. Taking a seat, coming to the edge of the chair, sit tall, hand behind the head. We're going about 5 on each side. Close it in. Inhale as you close. Exhale as you open. Breathing changes based upon the movements. The one that we just did standing, we exhaled as we closed, inhaled as we opened. So it just kind of depends on the movement, what the goal is. Remember to follow the elbow with your gaze, peering over that shoulder. Let's get about one more. Fantastic. Same thing, other arm. Down and in. Lifting tall. Look over that shoulder. Breathe. Couple more. And last one. And we're just going to stay here, open up the hips again, a little bit different this time. Now we're going to go into our glute stretch. So pulling the one leg up towards the same side shoulder, bring it gently across the body. I like to hook it into that opposite knee if you can get it there, and then sit tall and pull that knee towards your opposite shoulder. We're looking to say hello to the outside of the glute area here. You can use that other leg just to kind of guide it around a little bit. Where do you feel any tension, any stiffness? Our hip joint is that ball and socket joint. So we want that ball to be able to glide in the socket. Good job. And go ahead and relax. Same thing other side. Pull the knee up and then across. Sit tall as you do this stretch. Working the upper body a little bit to hug this leg in. Breathing deep. Try to expand the lungs as you breathe in. Feel your belly expand, ribs expand. One more breath. Awesome job. And relax. If your water is nearby, let's grab a little drink. We're going to go one more cycle. We're going to change it up just a little bit. On the good mornings, we're going to do single leg. Isolate the hamstring a little bit more. And then on our knee to elbow, we're going to go opposite arm towards the opposite elbow. You can also do it seated if you feel unstable standing, where it's opposite knee to the opposite elbow. So when we come to that, if you want to take a seat, feel free to do so. All right, but first we're going to go into our good mornings. Stagger stance. So we're going to step 1 foot in front, 1 foot behind. The foot in front, lift the toes up so you're on the heel. standing tall through the spine, and now we'll bow forward and stand. So you can feel how it isolates that hamstring just a little bit more. Let's get about 5 on each side. Bow forward, straight up. Very good, everybody. Over and stand. Good job. Make sure that back foot's firmly planted. Heel pushes down, toes grip. And after about 5, same thing other side. Walk that foot in, step the other foot out, hinging over, stand tall. Nice. Lifting through the chest, lengthening through the spine. Awesome. Couple more. And last one. Over and up. Fantastic. All right, place the feet, or this is where if you want to take a seat, we're going to be going opposite arm towards the opposite knee. We're going to take this for a full minute. So shoulders over the hips, arms out to the side like scarecrow arms, hold up here, and just nice and patient, knee towards the opposite elbow and stepping it out. Again, just come as close as you can if you can't quite touch, and really focus on that midsection, holding up, gripping down. We're challenging that balance here as we work that midsection and core, getting the one side to fire. Opposite arm to the opposite knee. Also makes your brain think, right side of the brain to the left side of the brain. Controlling it in and stand. Well done. About 20 more seconds. If you need to rest, take a break. Awesome. There you go, nice and patient. Let's get about 1 more each side. In and out. Beautiful. If you're not already seated, go ahead and make your way back to your chair. Sitting down. 1 more time on those rotations. So now we'll do our rotations. Anywhere between 3 and 5. Continuing to open. Breathe in, sit tall, lengthen up out of that spine, exhale. Always want to encourage our body to have that good posture, training into good positions. Last one here, and then we'll switch sides. Fantastic. Same thing, other arm. Elbow towards that knee. Up and over, peer over that shoulder. Down and in. Up and across. Breathe in and out. Wonderful. Last one. All right, we're going to go a little bit deeper into those hip stretches. So we did our windshield wipers, we did our glute stretch. Now, as those of you that are here often, figure 4, pulling the heel foot up, try to bring it up to that opposite thigh or just as best you can. And now you want to sit tall. And we're just going to gently lean forward. We're looking to open up that outer hip. Shoulders back. And we're stretching here. We don't want it to be painful, all right? We're just like, you know that you're stretching, you feel something happening, but you're not stretching so much that you got a grimace on your face. Fantastic. Relax out of that. Same thing, other side. Pull that foot up. The other foot in, sit nice and tall, and can bow forward. And if you notice like a significant difference from one side to the other, outside of classes, I encourage you to do some of these stretches. And if one side is different than the other, stretch the side that feels more limited first, then go to your other side, then come back and stretch that limited side twice. We just do even stretches here in classes, but that's something to pay attention to for your own knowing, and relax out there. Beautiful. And then we're going to stretch out the low back just a little bit more from the chair. We're going to set the feet about hip width apart, have those feet nice and planted, slide the hands down the legs, and you're just going to gently lean forward. As far as you're comfortable, we want to wake up the back without overstretching or causing any pain. Just drop the head down a little bit. And then focus your breath into the back of the rib cage. So try to expand the back of the ribs. We'll take about 3 breaths here. And then make your way up. Beautiful. This next one can be done seated or standing. So if you prefer to come to your feet, we're going to do our tricep side bends. We're going to reach one arm up, chin in, posture tall, bend that elbow. Try to reach up, grab it. We're going to start just stretching that tricep, pulling it to the side. You can either stay here or add a little bit of a side bend, bending to the side. Breathe in to lengthen. Exhale to stretch. About 5. And once more. Very nice. Bring them down, shake them out. Just kind of round those shoulders up and back in between arms. Get those shoulder blades to move up and down along the rib cage. Fantastic. And then opposite arm, reach tall, check in with that posture. Shoulders over the hips, chin in, bend, reach up. And now make sure your feet have your balance, side bending, lengthen. Wonderful. Good job, crew. Couple more. All right, and shake it out. Awesome. Great job. Grab some water. That's the end of our first little circuit there. Kind of serves as a good warm up for us. And now we're going to get ready for some squatting. All right. So you're welcome to squat to a chair, driving through the heels, standing straight up, controlling back and down, and then stand, okay? Or if you're comfortable to squat without the chair, that's great as well. Okay, but let's go ahead and warm up that movement. So if you can get up out of the chair, if you have something that you can hold on to, I like to hold on to something and do what we call our squat sit. So I have my feet about hip width apart and just a little bit turn the toes out, about 10 degrees. And then from here, we're gonna hold on to like a table or a countertop, or obviously I've got the back of a chair. Just make sure you're not gonna fall back because mine's not super stable. Heels planted, sit the hips back and stand tall. So shifting the hips back, pushing your knees out, control down and up. Good, just like 2 to 3 there as you feel. All right, very good. So we're gonna be doing squats and a bent over row. We have a full minute of the squats. And if you wanna hold weight, how I'm gonna instruct it is you're gonna hold the weight in one hand. If some of you aren't quite ready for that full minute, I'm gonna be doing 15 seconds with the weight in one hand, where I'll squat for 15 seconds. And the second 15 seconds, I'm just gonna continue to hold the weight nice and solid. And then I'm gonna switch arms. Second 30 seconds, we'll hold the weight in the opposite arm. As I sit back, the non-working arm reaches out. And again, I'll squat for 15 and then hold for 15. If you wanna be doing squats the full minute, you're welcome to it. I'm just gonna demo the kind of build up portion for those of you that maybe haven't been doing a lot of squats or tend to get sore to kind of build into that. So feel free to either follow me or to continue to squat the whole minute. Like I mentioned, if you're holding weight, we will switch arms at halfway. And then we'll go to a bent over row. You can either bend here or support on your chair up and in, okay? If you don't wanna do that bent over position, you can also sit down with your band, put it around one foot, and then you can pull the elbow into the side, doing 30 seconds on one arm. We'll have about 10 seconds in between sides, 30 seconds on the other. I'm gonna demo the bent over portion, but I just wanted to show that as an option. All right, let me know if there's questions. Otherwise, we'll start here in about 10 seconds. Pick a side to start on. And like I said, I'll tell you every 15 seconds, place the feet about hip width apart, tall chest, 2, 1, here we go. Sink in the hips back, push through your heels and stand. Good job. Non-working arm reaches out. Really encourage that chest to stay tall. Very good. Fantastic. And there's 15 seconds. So you can either keep squatting or pause here, standing tall. Nice job, crew. And getting ready to switch arms. 2, 1, same thing, opposite arm. And if you're doing the hold, now we're back into our squats on this opposite side. Sinking back, standing tall. Fantastic, good. Reach, and up, reach. And there's 15 seconds on this side. So either continue out the minute or holding strong, staying tall. Very nice. And 3, 2, 1, everybody rest. Getting ready for that bent over row. So I'm going to stand behind my chair, slight bend in those knees, support the hand on the bench or the counter. 2, 1, here we go. Reach forward, pull that elbow up and in, elbow straight up towards the ceiling, reaching forward. Try to pull that shoulder blade back and down your spine. And breathe. We have 30 seconds on each arm here. We're going to have about 10 seconds in between arms. Reach and up and in. Reach. Pause against that torso, squeeze the shoulder blade in and rest. Nice work. Shake it out. Same thing other side. Again, feet about hip width apart. Slight bend of those knees, long spine as you hinge over. 2, 1, here we go. Elbow high. And once you know what you're doing, try not to stare at the screen the whole time. I'm just kind of keeping an eye on all of you. But ideally, you want to look like right between your hands or down to the floor, keeping that head neutral. Good. Halfway. Reach and up. Couple more. Last one. In and hold. And rest. Good job. That's set 1. We're going to take about 30 seconds here between sets. We're going to do that once more. All right, 10 seconds. So we're back to our squats. If you don't feel quite ready, set the feet about hip width apart. Pick an arm to start on. And here we go. Sinking back. Heels are staying down onto the floor. Knees push out over the toes. There's 15 seconds. So you can hold it or continue to squat. Breathe, standing tall. Getting ready to switch arms. 2, 1, and opposite arm. Sinking back and stand. Nice. Working on that depth. Good job. 10 seconds. And 3, 2, 1, and rotate to the row. Awesome work, everybody. Set the feet about hip width apart, slight bend in those knees, leaning forward. 2, 1, here we go. Elbow high, reach forward. Good breathing. Imagine like a string connected to your elbow, and let's pull that elbow straight up towards the ceiling, pulling it high. Good, let's get one more good rep. Hold, 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 and rest. Good job. Stand up in between sides. And then when you're ready, we'll head back down, opposite arm. Here we go, elbow high, reach forward. Fantastic. Good, 10 seconds. Reach down, pull it up and in, hold at the top, and rest. Fantastic. We're just gonna go 2 cycles of that today. We'll build into 3, probably for next week or the week after. Oops, wrong water bottle. Go ahead and grab some water. We're gonna do a couple stretches and then we'll move into our final piece. All right. If you're able to grab your foot for a quad stretch, I'd like to lengthen those quads out a little bit. So good support on something, lift up out of your hips, grab the foot and pull it to the heel. If you can't get a hold of your foot, stand in like a stagger stance or a little bit of a tall lunge and work on opening that hip flexor. You can reach the arms up overhead as well. But if you can grab that foot, hang on to it, lengthen the back of the, not the back, lengthen the front of the thigh. Good job. Let's go ahead and switch legs. Same thing, other side. Staying strong, staying square. And relax. Very good. And then let's take a seat. We're going to do a little bit of some rotations for the low back. And then we're going to talk about our last piece. So sit tall, hand to the opposite thigh. Kind of pull yourself into that rotation. Then hand to the same side shoulder. We're going to circle our elbow around, making backward circles. So we're looking to open the chest here, peer over that shoulder with your head and eyes. And we'll do roughly 10 rotations here. Very good. And then same thing, other side. Sit tall, circle around, hand to the opposite thigh, and then hand to the same side shoulder. 10 times here. Very good. All right. So for the next piece, we're going to be doing some side planks, 30 seconds on one arm. We'll have 15 seconds rest. Then we're going to go into a mountain climber. I'm going to be showing everything elevated for our group here. On the mountain climber, you'll be here. Or if you guys know it, down on the floor and you want to get down on the floor, knees up and in. Okay. Then you come back up. Then we'll go side plank on the opposite side. A good way to do an elevated side plank is to come into like a front plank and then circle yourself around. You can even do it against the walls because the lower your arm is, the harder it's going to be, or like a countertop where you're just leaning in, lifting up out of that shoulder. After you've done the opposite arm for 30 seconds, then we're going to be doing some get-ups. Okay, you can do a get up from the chair where you sit down and stand up. You can also lay down on a couch and get up, alternating sides. Or if you are in position that you can get down on the ground, you can get down on the ground, lay flat, and then work your way up. Between 30 and 60 seconds on the get up, okay, down and all the way up. I'm going to be demonstrating up out of the chair, but I just wanted to show it there. If you are on the floor, on the couch, try to switch sides. So on the couch, you obviously have to put your head on one side of the couch, stand up, and then lay down with your head towards the opposite side of the couch. And then I'm going to take you through a total of 4 rounds of this. Don't feel like you have to do all 4 like you've done in the past. Possibly you can go every other round, or if you're feeling good and want to do all 4, then that's great. Any questions before we begin? Everything will be 30 seconds. If you want to go longer on the get-ups, you can go a full minute and have a longer rest break. I'm going to be moving for 30 seconds. And then we'll have 45 seconds in between rounds. If you choose to do the full minute, you'll have 15 seconds in between rounds. All right, we're going to start on the left arm on the elevated side plank, going in 5. So place the hands, Walk the feet back and then rotate in. Here we go. Holding strong. Lift up out of that bottom shoulder. So you don't want to sink in, and lift your hips up. Good job. Breathe. That's 15 seconds. If you don't feel like you can hold all 30, just come out of it when you need to. And just watch that elbow so you're not hyperextended on the elbow. Have a little bit of a give there. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good job. Come up to your feet, shake it out. We're going to do our mountain climbers next. If mountain climbers don't feel good to you, just hold that front plank. So place the hands right underneath the shoulders. Nice wide handprint. Starfish those hands. Walk the feet back. And here we go. Knee towards the same side elbow, keeping your hips square. A lot of times you'll see people do these where they have a lot of bounce in their lower back. It's not like it's wrong. It's just a little bit harder on the low back. So you want to make sure that you have a nice control here. That's 20 seconds in. Breathe. 2, 1, and rotate. Good job. Making your way back up. Now we're going to go opposite arm side plank. So place the hands, pivot those feet around best you can, lift up out of that bottom shoulder, and here we go. Fantastic. Opening, and the hips tend to sink down, so lift them up towards the ceiling. There you go, that's great, that's halfway. 10 seconds. Nice deep breaths, and 2, 1, and rest. Making your way up. Get ups are next. So if you want to lie down on the floor, on the couch, like I said, if we're going to show it from the chair, I'm going to work for 30 seconds. If you want to go that full minute, go for it. 2, 1, and here we go. If you need to push off the legs, you can. Stand tall, reach up to overhead, and try to control down if you're going to the chair. Push through your feet, reach. Beautiful, good. Control down, stand and reach. Awesome. And grateful to be alive and well. And up. Fantastic. That's our 30 seconds. So last one. If you want to keep going for the full minute, feel free. Otherwise, we'll start our next round in 45 seconds. So good time to grab some water. If anyone's working for the minute, I'll give you the time. You got 15 seconds left if you're going for that full minute. Wonderful. Great work, everybody. And 3, 2, 1. There's your minute. 15 seconds till we start our next round. So that's round 1. We'll be doing upwards of 4. If you want to go every other, just take this round off. Keep yourself moving. Left arm side plank. 2, 1, and here we go. Lifting up out of the shoulder. Keep everything square. Breathe and hold. Very nice. Don't let yourself sink down. So keep pulling up, reversing gravity. That's 20 seconds in. You can always shorten these intervals a little bit. Make sure that elbow has a little bit of give into it. 2, 1, and rotate, making your way up. Go ahead and circle those wrists around while we're resting in between exercises. Mountain climbers are next. Place the hands right underneath the shoulders. Step the feet back. 2, 1, and here we go. Knee towards the same side elbow. Hips and shoulders square. So you're engaging your lower core as you pull these knees up. This tends to elevate our breathing a little bit. We can press that diaphragm down as we pull those knees up. 10 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, and making your way back up to your feet. Shaking it out, side plank on the opposite arm. So right side next. Place the hands Pivot the feet, 2, 1, and here we go. Lift and breathe. We're working our obliques here. Stabilizers for our spine. Looking straight ahead. That's our halfway, 15 seconds in. Great job, everybody. Watch the shoulder doesn't start to dip in, so continue to open. And 2, 1, and rest. Fantastic. Get-ups or stand-ups next, so either from the floor to standing or from our chair to standing. If you're going from the chair, kind of come to the edge of the seat, plant your feet down, chest tall, and 2, 1, here we go. Stand tall, reached overhead, squeeze those glutes, and try to control down, so no plopping, up and reach. Fantastic, good. Control and up. Beautiful, that's our first 15 seconds. You can go for 30 or 60 seconds here. I'll be leading through 30. I'll give 45 seconds in between rounds. Good job. If you're moving for 30, we got one more. And there's 30. Beautiful. Either rest there, or if you want to keep it moving, I'll keep an eye on your time. We're halfway through after this round. Nice job. As you're lowering down, knees out, chest tall. Well done, everybody. All right, and those going for the minute, you're resting in 2, 1, and rest. Awesome. Just 15 seconds till we start round 3, or take this round off. We're going for a total of 4. Left arm side plank if you're with me. And 3, 2, 1, here we go. Step the feet back, lifting up out of that shoulder. Good holds. These are the exercises it's always better to do with others because it's not super exciting. Takes a lot of patience to just hold those positions, but it serves our body well. Great job. That's 20 seconds in. You can feel that lower core start to fire, shoulders working. 2, 1, and rest. Give that arm a break for a second. Good time to kind of roll the wrist around. Getting ready for mountain climbers next. Nice. Good job. Place the hands under the shoulders. Walk the feet back, lifting up through the midsection. And here we go. Knee towards that same side elbow. Focus your gaze right between your hands. Breathe. Fire that lower core. Nice job. Good job. Nice and smooth, nice and controlled. 2, 1, and make your way back to your feet. Awesome. Halfway through set 3. Get ready for a side plank on the right. Place the hands, step the feet back, pivot to your side, and here we go. Lifting up out of the shoulder, checking in with the elbow. 10 seconds in. And just notice your self-talk. Are you critical of yourself? Are you putting yourself down? Turn that around. Those of you that have children, how would you talk to your kids if they were in your body and in your shoes? Or how would you want them to talk to themselves? Be kind and rest. Beautiful. Yelling at ourselves only holds us in place. It doesn't help us to move forward. Get-ups or stand-ups. Place the feet, stand tall, sit tall rather, and here we go. Push through your feet. Stand tall and reach. Control back and up and reach. Beautiful. Back and down. Up. Awesome. Back and down. 20 seconds in. Seems like all of you are moving for the full minute, so I'll move with you on this round. Wonderful. Sitting back. And just watch the position of your knees. Sometimes they tend to dive in. That's just over 30 seconds if you want to take that 45-second break. Awesome. Great overhead reach there, everybody. As you reach overhead, keep your midline strong. So fire the core, ribs down so you don't overextend through the back. Awesome. 10 seconds left. Push through the feet, up. All right, and 3, 2, 1. That's the end of 3. If you want to call it there, you've done great. Hang out till our cool down stretch. If you want to go a little bit more, we've got one more round. Left arm side plank in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Up and hold. And anyone that's choosing to take this round off, you can either kind of sit down and march your knees a little bit, or it's also a great idea just to kind of move and breathe. That's halfway through our plank. So you can just kind of walk around your space, keep your heart rate up just a little bit as you cool down. 5 more seconds. Our last side plank on the left. 2, 1, come on out. Shake it out. Final set of mountain climbers. All right, place those hands right underneath your shoulders. Step your feet back. And here we go. Knee towards the same side elbow. Breathe as you move here. Don't want to hold our breath. And remember, we're really focused on that lower core to help hold the low back stable, not allowing our back to twist side to side or bounce side to side. 10 seconds left. Good. See if we can get one more each knee. 2, 1, and rest. All right, final plank. Making your way to the right side. Go ahead and place those hands. Pivot yourself around, and here we go. Feet can be staggered or stacked up. Breathing. We've been moving our bodies for almost an hour, so great job. We're halfway through this plank. Feeling that bottom glute and hip firing just a little bit as you stabilize. And 2, 1, rest. Fantastic. Get ups are the only thing we have left besides our stretches. All right, either on the floor or from the chair. Place those feet about hip width apart if you're in the chair. 2, 1, and here we go. Stand tall and reach. Control back. Fantastic. Up and reach. If you need to use your hands on your thighs a little bit to get up, that's all right. Do the best you can. If you can do it without using your hands, that's fantastic as well. But just meet your body where it is. Practice non-judgment. Sitting back. That's 30 seconds in. You can call it there or finish out that full minute. Wonderful. Good job. Sitting back and up. Almost done. Sitting back. Chest up. Reach up. Beautiful. Back and down. Maybe one more. Up. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, everybody, give yourself a round of applause. Showing up, moving your body. Let's get some water, and then we'll do a couple cool down stretches. I say a couple. It's usually between 3 and 5, right? All right, let's start standing. We're going to look to open up our hip flexors. So we're going to stand in a stagger stance. Let's have you go your right foot forward so you can mirror me, your left foot back. And that left foot can be either up on the ball of the foot or down on the heel. Bring your left hand to the right shoulder. Pull the arm in and across your body as you shift your hips forward. Fire the glute on your left leg, looking to open up the front of the hips again. And you can rotate towards your right, kind of peering over that shoulder, hinge out of it, and hinge into it. Back and forward. Once more. Beautiful. Shift sides. Same thing other side. So engage that glute, hand to the opposite shoulder, pull it down and in and across, just gently opening the outside of the shoulder. Shift back and shift forward. One more. And shake it out. Very good. Behind the back stretch is next. You can interlace the hands or grab a towel or a band. Interlace. Ooh, got a nice little pop in my elbow there. So we're extending the arms and then lifting them up towards the ceiling. You can stay here, opening through the chest, or walk your feet outside the hips. Slight bend in those knees, long spine if you go into this forward fold, sending the hips back, bowing forward, pulling the arms up and over. Couple deep breaths here. Make sure you stay strong in the legs and midsection, and then when you're ready, push through your feet, pull yourself back up to standing. Excellent. All right, and then you can either repeat that stagger stance, or if you're good for that quad stretch, let's stretch out those quads once more. Loosen them back up after those squats today. If you notice that your knees are stiff after our sessions, quad stretches are a really good option. A lot of times your quads get tight and short, and then that puts extra pressure on the knees. Also, if you have a foam roller, you can get down on the floor and help roll out the quads, release any of that tension. Good, go ahead and relax there. Same thing other side. Pulling it up. And in. And relaxed. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and take a seat for this last stretch. Whew. A little wobbly on my feet today. All right, we're gonna do our eagle arms to finish. So we're gonna bring our arms out to the side. Let's go your left arm under, so you'll mirror me. Left arm under, right arm over. Try to interlace the best you can. Now we're gonna push down as you push up. So feeling it in the outside of the shoulder is typically the most common spot. And then just check in with your posture. I tend to feel myself starting to fall forward. So pull yourself upright, stack the shoulders over your hips. Great time to close the eyes, take a few nice deep breaths. We do exercise to intentionally stress our bodies. You stress the body so the body can recover from that stress, shake it out, and come back stronger. But we don't want to stay in that stress. So then switch sides, your left, my right, sweep under. Oops, sorry, your right, my left. It comes under. Same thing other side. But what I was saying is you can use your breath to try to shift your nervous system when you find yourself feeling stressed or anxious. It's a good time to just close the eyes, breathe deep, bring yourself back to presence, bring yourself into your body, let go of all the things going on in the outside world. There's so much that we have no control over, so our breath can be our best friend when it comes to helping ourselves get grounded. All right, everybody, shake that out. And then let's just loosen up our neck just a little bit. If you got to go ahead and roll out. I know we're right about that hour. If you have a couple more minutes, we're just going to do a couple stretches for the neck. So hand over the collarbones. Pull your tissues of the skin just gently down and gently look up towards the ceiling. From there, you're going to sit tall. Drop the chin towards your chest, looking down towards the floor. If you feel a stretch there, then don't worry about any overpressure. Or if you want to add a little overpressure, fingertips. So really lightly on top of the head. And just like you're trying to gently encourage a little bit more forward flexion, stretching the back of the neck. Let's go once more each position. Hands on the collarbones, downward tissue pull, looking up. And you can look straight up here, and you can also kind of turn your chin towards one side, feel it in the side of the neck, and then back to neutral, looking up. And then you can gently turn your chin towards the other side, and just feel how that changes up, what tissues get a little bit of a stretch. Good job, relax. And then last one of the chin down towards the chest. Saying hello to the back side of the neck. If you want to give a little bit of overpressure, never being forceful here. Beautiful. And then last one, we'll just do a few rotations. So you're going to sit tall, look over one shoulder, 2 fingers up on your collar, not your collarbone, your cheekbone here. So not the jaw, but your cheekbone. And then encourage a little bit more rotation. You can even think about pulling the shoulder back on the side that you're rotating away from. Relax, and then same thing other side. So I can go hand to the same side shoulder, kind of pull that arm back as I look over the opposite side. Fingers up on the cheekbone. Fantastic. Last time each position. Rotate. Shoulders back. Rest down. Same thing other side. All right. Awesome job, everybody. Thanks for being here. Thanks for showing up, taking care of yourself. Appreciate all of you, and hope to see you next time.